Testing, 1, 2, 3. Good. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Hello, Adjust the Mic family. This is Charley.
And Scott.
Hey, just because we act like children, it doesn't mean that children should be listening.
F words and B words, C words, we say them all.
Oh, my. Everything we say, we don't know what we're talking about, and we're clueless.
Chris knows a lot.
I mean, science. Yeah, and thank you for downloading and subscribing to the Adjust the Mic podcast.
Why are you calling my girlfriend in the middle of the night?
I don't call no girls in the middle of the night. You got the wrong number.
Boy, you tell me who you are.
So, are you just going to ask me questions and I can answer it and then we'll go from there? And you can edit out anything that makes me look stupid, or if I say something really messed up that needs to be gone.
You like the Foo Fighters?
No.
Hello, and welcome to episode 150 after 300 of Adjust the Mic.
Never thought it was going to
Are we
happen.
doing this?
To my right, the host with the most, Mr. Scott Geyser.
Howdy doody, everybody. How you doing?
Howdy doody to you, sir.
Good, good.
To my left, the craft beer queen with the fresh pair of Vans on, Colleen.
How are you now?
Hey, girl.
How are ya?
How you doing?
How you
Good.
doing, Colleen? Charley, how you doing?
I'm doing really good, man. I missed you
Yeah, I
guys.
miss you too, man.
It's been a while.
I saw
Yeah.
Scott. I hung out with Scott on Sunday.
Yeah.
We watched a little bit of football, but I haven't seen you in a little bit, Colleen.
Yeah, since your house.
Yeah. Yeah, you're 100. Yeah, absolutely right.
Things have been a little bit wild going on around here in Florida, huh?
Been a little crazy.
A little crazy?
I had a birthday, so shout out
did.
to me for my
Yeah.
birthday.
Shout out to you. What did you do?
Went to the garlic.
That's right.
Ate
Oh,
like a
you
mother-
did.
Ate like a mother.
What'd you get?
Talk about
I
dude.
got the 24-ounce filet lasagna.
Yes, that's what I got last time.
Yeah.
So
That
good.
sounds good.
And had a great time. And then I got surprised with a trip to Cleveland to see the Browns Patriots next weekend.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
Auntie Val,
Nice.
the Heart of Gold, my brother and Teresa all
Yeah.
got together and
That's so bad.
planned it all out. I had opened a little travel bag with tickets, airline tickets, and Browns
Fantastic.
Patriots in the dog pound in Cleveland.
That's awesome.
Oh
in
my
the
God.
dog pound?
Yeah.
Are you going to be one of those guys that gets in like
Yes.
a fist fight
Yes.
with all
Before
of the
you
Cleveland
finish
Browns?
your sentence,
It's going to
yes.
be on the internet, like just wear an Adjust the Mic shirt.
I got you.
Because I know you'll win.
Well,
You'll win the battle.
not these days.
The jealousy I have right
Don't
now.
wear the shirt.
I did have a birthday. I'm a little older.
I missed my game because the hurricane, my flight got canceled.
Oh, that's right.
So listen, my flight gets canceled. JetBlue's like, you can reschedule your flight. It was on Friday. I was coming back home on Monday, flying into New Jersey, Newark. So they're like, we rescheduled you to fly into JFK in New York City on Sunday at 8 p.m. And then I come home on Monday.
Oh, my
I'm like,
God.
what? And they would not give me any other flight. I couldn't get any flights because they were so outrageous. So I missed it. And my brother's like, dude, we got a suite. So my cousin had got, that sounds really good, Scott. Sorry.
Yeah.
My cousin had bought a suite, like the inside outside seats, which I've never had at MetLife before.
Oh.
Well, you always have the Lexus Club
Bougie.
seats. But I was like, oh, you guys get a freaking suite and I missed it.
Bougie.
So mad. It was a good game. The Giants won.
Hey, real quick, off topic. I have to say this. It looks like both of you have lost weight for real.
Yeah.
Like I'm being.
Huh.
I'm
Have
not.
you, Colleen?
I don't know.
Have you?
I don't feel like I have, but I've been pretty stressed out.
You look like you lost. Well, stress weight. Still
Yeah.
weight. You look like you've lost weight as well.
I'm down about 20 right now.
Yeah.
I'm
You
working
both
on
look
it.
really good.
Getting there.
Thanks, Charlie. Now I can go and eat a bunch of
Thank
chicken.
you.
Yeah. Well, Halloween candy's out, so go get
You've gained a little bit?
45 pounds
Yeah,
in a week.
40 or 50.
Mm-hmm.
How you feeling, actually?
Legs still good.
Legs look fantastic.
You know, Publix
Lord.
has spicy popcorn chicken now.
Ooh.
It's so good.
Really?
It's not sauced up. It's just spicy chicken. That's
So-
what I
so-
always want.
Charlie, how old did you just turn?
I just turned the 44, sir.
44 years old, man.
4-4.
Yeah.
He's the oldest on the show. We know that.
Grandpa.
At 44, you're still pretty healthy. You're doing great, man.
So-
Like, are you still out running every day? Are
Yeah.
you still doing
Yep.
all the stuff?
You
you're doing?
seriously still run every day?
Yeah, in the morning. I don't do 2-a-days.
Is it to where you just have to do it because it's part of your being now?
Yeah, it's really nothing fit. It's mentally like it gets that
Yeah.
mind right.
Yeah.
It's like that reset in the morning.
How far do you go?
Not far at all. A mile.
Just to get going.
Yeah, just get it out of my system.
Just get your metabolism going. Get
Just
you
get
worked
my
up. Gets the heart
honestly,
rate.
it's just to get my brain right.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's more about that.
Mm.
Just get my mental game right before I go into where I got to go.
Yeah.
And it helps a lot.
I got you.
But the 2-a-day shit,
Yeah.
no. Nope.
Good.
No, it's a lot. There's a lot doing that.
You were having some issues when you were running early on. You had some hip issues. You had some little things.
All good.
Everything is all kind of worked out.
Yeah, so far, knock on wood.
You actually also had another little scare with, an after effect with COVID, right?
Yeah, the
that
breathing.
we haven't talked about.
Yeah, that breathing.
And what did that last for? A couple days? Or?
Oh, no, it's still going. It's off and on.
Really?
Every couple days, it'll come back.
And what did the doctors tell you about that? I know it's an after, after
it's
of
long.
COVID.
It's a long form of just the breathe, like in your lungs, scarring.
Gotcha.
I actually have to go see a pulmonologist, but they haven't called me back, so I keep bugging them. It's a cat and mouse game.
Gotcha.
But we'll figure it out.
Yeah, man.
But it's good. It's just this shortness of breath. That's all it is.
Gotcha.
But I'm not going to let it. I'm just going to keep fucking going.
Yeah.
So Dave Navarro has like long-term COVID or whatever because he's not going on tour with Jane's Addiction. He's not doing Ink Master, and I didn't know what that was like, but I guess could you picture yourself singing and going?
Well, I went 5 or 6 months. I didn't have nothing. It just came back.
Man,
I tested, no COVID. Tested, no COVID. And it was just one of those things. It was just one of those things where it just, all it is the breathing. That's it. Is the heaviness, shortness of breath. That's it. I have nothing else. And the first time it happened, I was testing twice a day. Because I was like, fuck, I got this again. And nothing.
It's crazy, man.
Just long-term effects. And after a time, it just heals. But I'm good.
wow.
It's wild, man.
Yeah.
We had a not this past 2 Mondays ago. I came into work and I was a little bit sick and had a little cough going on. I didn't really have a fever or anything, just a little cough that kind of came out. And usually that happens when it starts, you get your first cold snap or working outside and getting wet, or you know what I mean. You can just kind of get a cough. And I didn't think much of it. Went to work. I was there for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. And I finally, I coughed a couple times. Jared says, man, just go home. Because it was a consistent thing. And I didn't think nothing of it. But I'm like, yeah, I'll go work from home. It's fucking easy. It's nothing. I got Jared sick to where he had to go to the emergency room.
Jesus.
I got Tony sick.
My
I got Stan sick. I got like 4 or 5 people in the office sick, and I got it, I guess, from one of the kids. But I didn't get that sick. I didn't get a temperature. I didn't get like
you didn't think you needed to stay home, for it.
Like it's the same sickness that I've probably had multiple times over the years, to where it's just a few days where you're coughing and you get this cough that nonstop.
Did they all hate you,
dude? I was like the fucking devil, at work, and it was like. I never caught COVID. Like I did 10 COVID tests, already like 4 of them.
Yeah.
And didn't have COVID or anything. I didn't have to go to the doctor or anything. It just wasn't a thing for me. It was just a cough and an annoyance. And I felt a little like weak and stuff here and there, but nothing that was like extreme in any way.
Yeah.
Huh.
Jared almost, he's done. Tony was done. Stan they were out like 4 or 5 days of just pure hell.
Oh my God.
And I was like, Jesus, like, what the fuck? Like, it's crazy how just one little cough can turn into
and it's
so much,
like
man.
this new now. Like my aunt and uncle have COVID right now.
Yeah,
they went on a vacation, came back, boom, COVID. But they say this one's the most highly transmitted. Like it's ridiculous.
Gotcha.
Highly contagious. But that's like a 3-day thing. It's like it's even lighter than it. It's just
it's wild, man.
This is it. This is our life.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
Really
Imagine it was funny. I think I was listening to Tom Segura, him and
Bert
Kreischer's podcast.
Yeah,
and I forget the other
2 bears, 1 cave.
Yeah, there was another comedian on there instead of Kreischer, but they were talking about like imagine in 50 years, like people telling people, hey, there was this disease, like everybody lost their smell, they couldn't smell, couldn't taste.
Oh yeah,
just some disease. It's like us hearing about polio.
Yeah.
It's just like it's so.
It really is. That's a good perspective because it's totally.
It's
like,
so weird. And the comedian is the one that always goes on Rogan, and they wear suits and act fucking crazy. What? I forget his name.
Not Stanhope.
No, but he's one of Stanhope's boys too.
Was it Joey Diaz?
Theo Vaughn.
No, he's fucking hilarious too, boy. And I'm gonna find it because I gotta give him credit.
I can't wait to go see Tom Segura.
Yeah, when is that?
It's the day after Thanksgiving.
Dude, that's gonna be awesome.
I know.
Yeah, that's
gonna be
really
fantastic.
good.
Like I watch because they stream their Two Bears One Cave, so I watch that all the time.
Duncan Trussell.
Oh, Duncan is
Yeah,
the
it was
best.
Duncan and it was Drunk and Tom, and they so good.
Duncan Trussell. The
so
first time I heard that, man, it was a Joe Rogan episode, and it was him and Dr. Christopher Ryan.
Yeah.
And Dr. Christopher Ryan is this dude that's like kind of like has lived this hippie-ish kind. That's Jelly, the pug dog.
Yeah.
She does this little.
Yeah.
And dude, if she gets like a ball that she really likes, I feel like she's just like orgasming over this.
Oh my God! Get back to talking about the comedian.
That's how when Tessie sees another dog when Tessie sees another dog when we run.
Yeah.
Instead of barking, she'll be like, like breathing all hard. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why aren't you like bark like a regular dog? But she's just
Dogs are crazy, man.
And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Remember when Forrest Gump makes that sound when his mom's smashing?
that's what I was thinking
That's
about.
what Tessie does. I'm like, fucking bark, you weirdo.
So I was thinking of where that I was thinking of that scene. I couldn't think of where it came
Yeah,
from.
when Forrest Gump's out there, your mom sure does care about your education, boy.
It's so ridiculous, man.
How old is that dog?
Like 3 or 4 now. Yeah,
Boy or girl?
girl.
She's beautiful.
Jelly. She's hilarious.
Yeah,
She's
Pug,
real smart.
man. Pugs are awesome.
She's getting used to the clan. She wasn't used to Butters and Blue's craziness.
And whose dog is this?
It's Aaron's dog. It's
Okay, yep.
Andrea's brother's dog.
Yep. Oh, cool.
So when Aaron, he was at the KOA over here. So when the hurricane was happening, he came over here, put his trailer here.
Yeah.
The KOA was completely underwater. So he had his trailer out here, and his kids, whenever he has his kids, they always come over to swim. So all the cousins come over and play.
Sure.
So Jelly's been perfect hanging here with all them, and they get to see Jelly more from where he was staying because he's waiting until he gets a house to
And
take the dog back.
everything was underwater.
Yeah, 46 is insane.
I saw the aerial views. It's gone.
Gone.
Colleen
Oh my God.
went through it.
You're going like our friend.
Colleen went through it.
Our friend Thad, from Low Pressure.
46.
He is from his front door. He's got to get into a boat and take the boat to the front of 46 where his car's parked to go anywhere.
Still?
His music studio is it's about 2 feet underwater.
2 feet underwater, yeah.
I'm getting videos in the mornings and afternoons. I guess it's at its highest level now.
Damn, man, that's
And I think it's
hated.
tomorrow
That
or
sucks.
Friday is when we'll slowly start seeing a receding happening.
Yeah, that sucks.
I have to tell you
Shout
how
out
this
to
all
Thad.
went down.
Sorry, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
So first of all, this hurricane, I didn't even know it was going to be that serious. I felt like the news normally pumps up these other ones and it's never anything, right?
Yeah.
So like my stepmom lives a couple blocks away. Every hurricane she comes over, she gets gas for the generator and like she normally stays with us if it gets bad. Well, Brent and I's hurricane prep consisted of going and getting battery backups for all the kids' tablets and stuff. Cause like if we lost power, it was like, oh my God, I don't want them losing their minds.
Yep.
So me and Suzanne, my stepmom, we were walking outside and I come back in the house and it looked like the wall was breathing, right? And I was like, what the fuck? I looked and I didn't understand. I looked, I'm like, do you see
Did you
this?
eat the wrong mushrooms?
No. The paint was coming off because there was water behind it. So it
You
was
ate
a
the wrong
big
mushrooms.
bubble. And so Brent thought I was crazy. I'm like, Brent, get out here. There is water behind this wall. And the storm hadn't even started. Like it had started, but it was
just
nowhere near
raining.
here. It was in Tampa still. Like you can
Yeah.
hear the wind and stuff.
But you know what that is? That's the rain coming in completely
Right. So
sideways into
Yep.
your house.
So I'm like, oh my God, everything's already closed. Like, what am I supposed to do? So we peel back the paint and we just see it is like the drywall is soaked. And I'm like, oh my God. I was like, we have to figure this out now. And Brent went up into the attic, but where that leak is where my grandpa had an addition built onto the kitchen. So it's where the original house is and then the
yes.
addition. So you can't get to it through the attic and it's only on the roof. And I'm like, oh my God, can't go on the roof right now. I don't even know. So
Yeah.
we have buckets and he even cut a hole in the ceiling next to it to see if he could try to get next to it. And then all of a sudden that starts leaking. And that was a big deal to me because where it was leaking was on a concrete pillar and everything around it, which I was like, okay, it's concrete. But this is like now coming from the ceiling. I'm like, oh my God, I have to figure something out. And Brent's like, well, I mean, but short of getting on the roof, what are you going to do? I'm like, I'm going to get on the fucking roof. Like I can't. This thing is gonna be. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to hit us hardcore
Yeah.
until another 12 hours. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
So, sure enough, as soon as it stopped raining for a second, like in between bands, I got on the ladder, got up on the roof, and I freaking am terrified of being up there. And I saw kind of the area where I thought it would be, and I was like, okay, well, what can I put on here? Like duct tape, something. And Brent's like, I'll get liquid nails. So like I took liquid nails and put it around one of the area,
Yeah.
and that thankfully stopped the leak from the ceiling, but not from the freaking pillar, which now the water got all underneath the floors. So the floors are all bubbled up. The cabinets are coming, and our island are coming off from the thing. The bay window, we have no drywall under it now. It's just completely like soaked. Like all these leaks that I didn't even know we had until this hurricane came, and like.
I'll tell you, like, you can never be more prepared for, like, we didn't know, have all the, but the information, that Mike's weather page,
Oh my
No,
God!
here we go.
Stop
that's
it!
where you're gonna get, that's where you're gonna get all a good source of information. It's
Stop it!
www.spaghettimodels.com. Mike's weather page. The guy has 1.3 million followers, so I don't know what you're laughing about. He's good, and you know he predicted this to a T. He was right on it.
Was it?
Yes, he was. He was
Really good.
right on it. Like he killed it. But that sucks. That happened. I'm really sorry. that
And
happened.
you actually had a lot of wind, like when the wind kicked up, it was
Oh, it
leaking
was
under the shingles
it
too,
was
right?
blowing
It
like
was
something.
nuts. Yeah,
Yeah.
the wind, the way that sounds like, it's crazy. Oh man, I was never expecting that. You know what I mean? Like you prepare for everything else. Like
well, it
that was the
coming
last
from the
thing.
West Coast.
Yeah.
So you're thinking, but then the sheer size of that
Oh
fucking
my
thing
God! And it just
was
stayed around.
insane. And Mike's weather page, he did a comparison of Hurricane Charley to Ian
Yeah,
and how big that
Oh, yeah.
Ian was compared to Charley.
yeah.
It was ridiculous.
It's insane.
Like I can't believe the Fort Myers area and stuff like those people,
Yeah.
man. And like even we went to SeaWorld this weekend, and like you can still see parts of Orlando out there where it's all like still.
Oh yeah.
So,
Totally
but
covered.
in your house now, your life is going to be just chaos.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
You have to deal with people coming in to fix everything. You have to deal with just all of the insurance. You have to deal with
Oh, it
all
sucks,
of the
man.
back and forth and all of the.
Well, technically,
but-
my mom has to deal with the insurance because we haven't purchased the house from them yet, so
Okay.
she's dealing with all that. Thankfully,
Gotcha.
you know. But that's what I do worry about is
Yeah.
when all this goes to get fixed. We have the kids, and like, you know how they are.
yeah.
We'll have to keep them out of the house. I don't know. I've never had to deal with this, so I guess I'll just
Yeah,
take it
yeah.
as it comes.
You'll be
Well,
fine.
the problem is it's not a problem. This area wasn't hit like some of the other areas,
Right.
So it's going to be like a triage situation. I'm
Yeah.
sure the insurance companies are going to like the fucking
Yeah, we already had somebody come out and look.
Fort Myers and fucking Sanibel Island and shit.
Yeah, man.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
dude. And then that's the thing is now you're going to have somebody fix it. So where are they going to start? You know, that's
Yeah.
We have someone coming on Friday to look at the roof. But like, thankfully, one of Declan's teachers, her dad does
that's
all that
That's
stuff.
awesome.
The
So
hookup.
like,
yeah.
yeah.
Good for you.
Well, I had a
That's
family friend come and look at ours too because we had the leak. We had
Yeah.
right over there where you see
Yeah.
Grogo. I put
Is
his
it
hand.
just
I
through
put his
the-
hand there to try to stop it
Yeah.
from coming down the brick, but it's just a flashing issue
Yeah.
on my back roof here.
But there's water inside, so
Yeah.
now you got to check.
So the flashing up there it needs to be fixed because when it was raining and coming in sideways, like
Yeah.
Charley just said,
Yeah.
and then it gets into the open hole and that's open on the chimney. That
The ridge
there's
vent,
no-
and you
yeah.
need, they say that's what you're supposed to board up before anything.
Yeah, and I never did. So it was coming through there at a high rate. So it just kind of added to. I only had to fill up maybe a 3-gallon bucket. It filled up one time through the leaking. So it wasn't hardcore or anything.
My poor
But
parents.
still,
Oh my
you know,
God. You know what they did?
Oh yeah, where's
Their garage started flooding, and their back porch. It was about to
over
get in their
where
house.
they're at?
Yeah, it was so bad. They had my mom. She's so smart. Like she had to sit in the garage with a shop vac and like had a drain like thing made to go out to the thing. And her and my dad were like literally sucking water, flushing it
Wow.
out all night long, like for 2-hour shifts, just to keep the water out. And like,
Do you know the little creek in behind my house, the little drainage
Sure.
ditch?
yeah,
It's usually very low of water. It was within 5 feet of my back wall all the way up.
I've never even seen water in that thing.
In this neighborhood here.
Channel 9 News was right here.
They were here the next morning.
Oh yeah.
Like right there.
There was people boogie boarding. There was people had surfboards with no fins on it that they were like going down hills with and skimboarding. Allie and the kids took all of our pool floats and took off down the street. Jared said he was driving with his family, looking at everything, and saw them all out there in the rain. It was awesome for the kids. There was kids on the golf course back here, riding kayaks and canoes all around everywhere.
Wow.
Families. It's still flooded back there in a lot of places.
bet.
Bad. Like you can't take a golf cart. Like the night of. We took the golf cart because we had Larkin and a little crew over here the night before for a couple hours. And like went to Derek's house, Tommy, all of our friends' houses around here, and said hello. We went and saw Karen.
Oh, nice.
She let us in the garage and gave us all beers.
Nice.
That's cool.
So we were doing like little hurricane checks, joking around. And other than that, like it was just watching movies and just chaos with kids. The rain was fine. I mean, I slept through it all. The worst of it, I guess. The bad part, I have my sister Erica. She lives in Arcadia.
Yeah.
And we all know how much Arcadia was on the news.
Yeah.
And the Pierce River, the bridge there collapsed or something. And her yard, luckily her fiance, Javi, he has access to heavy equipment. So they were able to come in and get everything kind of cleared out and kind of cleaned up, but they had a lot of debris and brush down, a lot of flooding.
How's the house?
The house is okay. The house is fine.
Thank
they had
God.
everything boarded up. But it was like, my sister was texting me saying, I'm hearing sounds that haunt me. Like, like hardcore.
Yeah.
I had another, she's like a half-sister, Catherine. She's so awesome. She stayed in Sarasota. Like 2 hours before it started hitting her, there was a bald eagle, and I got the picture, and a cat face to face on her back porch, like out in the grass behind her house. She's like, there's an eagle and a cat about to fucking scrap. And then the eagle put his arms up like this, and then the cat came closer, and then the eagle flew away. I said, fuck that cat.
What?
But yeah, a bald eagle and a cat about to go at it in her backyard right before the hurricane came. It's fucking badass.
That thing came in at 155 miles per hour.
Yeah, and they
2
lost
miles
power.
per hour more. It's a category 5.
Did y'all see the TikToks that people were doing where they were in their house?
No.
There was a lady that she goes, how do you like being in a house in a blow-up pool floating next to your refrigerator? And then here comes her refrigerator floating right next to her.
Holy
Through
shit.
the window, you can see just water crashing and wind and everything on the window. You know, from the outside. So
Have
it was
you
like
ever
3 foot,
like,
4 foot high.
My God, can you give that thought? Like, can you imagine? Like being in your house? Like, I was so stressed out. Like, that's the kind of shit I was thinking about when I'm like seeing this water coming in. I'm like, we cannot have this happen. Like, oh my God, those poor people.
Yeah, because it's terrifying. There's nowhere to go.
Ian was like, I mean, it was brutal to that Fort Myers, Port Charlotte.
Oh, yeah.
All of that over there, I mean, it is
Yeah, my buddy was
awful.
Actually this weekend was supposed to go to Sanibel Island. It's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. It's
Crazy, man.
Gone.
It's sad. It's terrible.
The stories that people are telling from Sanibel Island, it's insane.
Yeah, it's pretty shit.
It's
We're
hard to
so
watch.
Lucky. We're so lucky in the grand scheme. You know what
Oh,
I mean?
yeah.
Like, we didn't lose power the whole, like,
I
this
know,
house
man.
flickered 50 times.
I
It
know.
would flicker off, and boom, pop right back on. Like,
You know, thanks to Titusville, man, they've been doing so much work on the power lines.
really
Like,
have.
I applaud them for that because, like, I every time I saw them work, I'm like, yes, if the
They
hurricane
really
comes,
have.
they got all the cement ones in now. Like,
Yep.
yeah, we didn't lose power either.
amazing.
Thank
Yeah,
God.
we're very fortunate.
Very.
I worked a lot out.
I
was
bet you
tired.
you were really working.
I
your ass off.
drove through the eye of it.
Okay,
Yeah.
'cause that's when you had to.
Into
Yeah.
that, I was like, woohoo!
Yeah.
And then when I was riding on 528 driving on the side of 528, there's a Orange County Sheriff's Department. What's the airboat going next to me on 528?
Nice.
I was like, "What's up?" It's fucking crazy,
How
man.
crazy is that?
It's crazy. But like you said, like St. John, like 46 is still underwater.
And here's the crazy part is that the storm came in and hit us Wednesday night, and then the Thursday morning we had the eye right over top of our city, Titusville here, and then everybody's like outside.
Yeah,
the
I thought it was
news is
done.
Here, everybody thinks it's done, And it was like another hour or so. I'm like, guys, we still got the back end of the storm coming. Who knows what's going to
And everybody's like, no, it's all deniers.
And then
No,
the wind changed. It was coming this way
Yeah.
now. It was hitting my front window. And like it really knocked my one tree forward
Yeah.
quite a bit. So I got to like get that corrected. It got a little squirrely there at the
It's
second
so funny.
part.
That second part, that's when people
Yeah.
start losing power around here.
Yes.
Because then I started
Yeah.
seeing, I'm like, oh shit, like I thought we were in the clear.
And when we're talking about Geneva, is that second part comes in. After that second part is done, it was Friday morning. I went over to Thad's house, and we wanted to go check and see how much water, because he was like, you got to come see this, how much water.
Yeah.
And we get to his house, and I was able to drive down his driveway, drive to the front parking lot. I was able to go into the studio. There was no water in his retention pond behind it.
Yeah.
It was pretty full, but it was still a ways away from, coming into his studio.
Yeah.
His house is on a hill, so his house is still safe. But I mean, it's like a foot or 2 feet from going to his house. That's how, and it's at its deepest right now.
Jesus Christ.
So they're having to take in like just freaking boats. They're taking
Old John
canoes
boats.
to travel to the front of the street, to the front of their driveway, to where their cars
Jesus
parked
Christ.
dry. But everything else, when we got there, the water was in the woods, and you could see it, but it wasn't like close to his house or
Yeah.
The very next day it was higher. The very next day it was
Yeah.
higher. And it's because like all of the runoff from all of our neighborhoods goes
Yeah.
out to the
Goes
St.
out
John's and goes right to his house
Yeah.
and fills up. So now tomorrow's Thursday. After that it should start going
Right.
down.
Yeah, it's been about a week. So.
Yeah. But I mean, Geneva, man.
And you know what was funny is most of the professionals were saying the big problem with this storm is on our end in Brevard was going to be water because the ground's so wet.
It was so like when I went to my dad's house, dude, there was parts of his yard where I'd stand and my foot would just sink into the ground. It was like out front by my tree out here.
Yeah.
It would just my foot would just soak into the. I mean, it was just saturated. We were getting rain a lot before the storm.
Oh yeah.
God, and we're so good like hurricanes. It was nice and quiet, no fucking problems. And then this guy comes creeping up the fucking backside of us.
Yeah.
Fucking Ian.
Charlie, how was your house with having the pond right behind your backyard? Like, did
Yeah.
it get close to you or anything? No, that's good.
You got a pretty
No.
nice steep.
Yeah, we're high
thing,
up.
So you're
Yeah.
good.
We
Yeah.
got nothing. And they got, I forget, Richard Heron.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
He had some elevation check that you can get on your phone and check your actual elevation of where you're standing.
Oh.
And I'm good. Like checks your
Nice.
sea level,
Yeah,
where you're
okay.
at on sea level.
Okay.
And that's a high up neighborhood.
It is.
But I did before that fucking storm. Look at that and go, don't you fucking
Yeah.
do it? Don't you do it? Like I was.
Yeah, man.
It did worry me a little bit, but you know what? The damage and everything, we're upright, we're breathing,
Oh yeah.
we're hanging out. So
Super fortunate.
yeah, we're good.
Man.
The Colleen, that sucks about that. Damn.
That's all right. I mean, honestly, like, it was just a weird. Everything happened, but I mean, we'll get through it. Like, it's livable. Like, I don't know. I'm trying not to stress out about it and just keep going with whatever we have to do.
Should we do another podcast over there when the construction crew comes over?
Oh, of course,
Oh my god.
Let's sit right down with them.
of course. So I want to talk about
Fantasy football.
no, I want to talk about Scott's fucking voyage. He's going on a journey.
Oh yeah.
Tell me about it.
Because
Because I am actually like jealous because I don't know if I could do it.
Okay. As everybody knows, I haven't taken many vacations in a while with work and whatnot. Like even when I went up to Kentucky not long ago, I took my work with me and worked full time. It's just the nature of the beast since COVID started and logistics. It's just been such a crazy thing that there's just been no time.
Yeah.
And I don't do a good job of taking time for myself, like by myself.
Yeah.
Taking that kind of time. I'm always like active and doing things for people and kind of just hustle and bustle and on the go. So, being a single person, how do you take a vacation by yourself? I didn't I was like, I'm going to go on a cruise because it's easy. I can just go into Port Canaveral. And then I'm like, then I'm going to be walking around a cruise boat by myself. am I gonna like this? Like,
Yeah.
I just didn't. I couldn't pull the pin. I found a couple of cruises. I love cruises.
Yeah.
Every time I've gone on a cruise, I've had a blast. I've gone solo on a Tom and Dan cruise, but I
Yeah.
knew half the
You
people.
knew everybody.
Yeah.
I knew 500 people there.
Yeah.
So we had, you know what I mean? It was different. And so I kept looking, man, for weeks, for like 3 weeks. All I kept doing, I talked to somebody like, I'm trying to go on a vacation, man. What do you think? I didn't want to go to like like I have so many places I could go for free. I have an uncle in Costa Rica. I got my mom in Kentucky that lives on a lake. I got my brother up in Louisville. You know, I have all these places I could go, but that to me, it's visiting and it's a vacation, but it's not like a me
Yeah.
thing, you know, because then you're always
I tried to tell you to go to Manhattan.
to
or
go
Brooklyn.
up to
Go to
and dude, it
Brooklyn.
was a good idea, man. I really considered
see
it.
the
I looked
city.
around Brooklyn. I started
Yeah,
looking at
man.
sites, and I considered it.
But I would rather do
But
what you're doing.
So, one of my favorite places is always like one thing that I need to work on for myself, and you know, we've talked about this a lot on here, is my health.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to lose weight now, and I'm trying like, okay, the one thing that when you're stressed and working and taking care of your, you know, your daily, you know, comings and goings at home and cleaning and whatnot, sometimes you don't put yourself first, and
Sometimes.
every day. And so I thought, hey, I'm gonna go up into the mountains. I was looking everywhere. I was gonna fly to Montana, and then I was like, man, I don't want to like have to fight anybody on a plane. Everybody's fist fighting on planes.
What? Dude, I've been on planes. I don't fist fight.
I know, but I've watched way too many YouTube videos.
Stop watching the
it's
TikToks.
nonstop with
Stop
these
watching
damn,
the TikToks. You sound like
these
my mom.
airplane.
For
I
real.
know, it really feels like that, right?
Yeah.
But I was just like, to me, buying a plane.
Did we
ticket
have
for-
issues and almost get into a fight? Yes.
buying
Like,
a round
legit.
trip plane ticket to me for like $1,000 or $800 or whatever the price
You get them
is.
cheap.
You know, and when I looked, like going to Oregon back and forth, it was like 800. Going to Montana back, it was 7 something. Going to Las Vegas, which I didn't want to do, but even Las Vegas is not $300 or $400 right now. Like everything's expensive right
It's
now.
not reliable.
And it's not reliable.
It's not reliable.
It's not reliable.
Yeah, it's definitely
Okay.
not reliable.
And to me, like that's not like if I was going over to to another country or something, that's one thing. Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. I like to drive. Yeah, drive.
To me, I'd rather go somewhere where I could like. So I was then my next plan was I was going to go, not make any reservations anywhere. Just leave Saturday morning, the Saturday coming up, and just start driving north and go all the way to Maine, and then just kind of stop and see places and stop as I want.
Did you go see Val? Auntie Val.
I was going to go do I was going to go do the whole thing. And I had this in my head. I'm like, I'm just going to make it as I go.
Yeah.
And then if I ever do this again, I'll know. I'll know certain spots to go because I've never gone too far north. And I haven't really gone too far west of the Mississippi except for a few times,
me
you
too.
know. So it was weird. I kept looking. I was on Airbnb. I was looking at everything. Farms. There was hemp farms that you could go to in like Virginia, and like you'd live on a hemp farm for a week. And they have their family, and you live outside in this place. But then there's a lot of places you go, and sceneries, and hikes, and trails. I was looking at all this. I was looking at tree houses. I was looking at
That'd be cool.
these weird spaceship houses. and
Yeah,
shit. I was
man.
looking at all this. I'm like,
You went down a rabbit hole.
Oh,
dude,
you can too.
Yeah.
You
for
do.
3 fucking days, guys.
Yeah.
All I did was at work in my free time, and at home I'd be on Airbnb, retyping in the search, typing in my what I want to do, where, and I couldn't pull the pin on anything because I was like, I'm doing this by myself. Like this is weird. This is gonna suck.
Yeah.
Then I found this place up in Georgia, North Georgia, and it was badass. It had everything that I thought. It checked off everything on my list, and that's what I'm doing. So
Does
I
it
finally
have
pulled the pin
indoor
last night.
plumbing?
It does. It does not have like it has a washer. It has a kitchen. It has plumbing. I think it's a tiny house.
It has
doesn't have-
electricity, right?
It has electricity, but it has like a indoor oven. What is it? What are they called?
A furnace?
A stove?
The little baby stoves, the little iron ones that you do when you're living out in the nature.
No, man.
Fuck, I can't think of the terminology right now.
Even if I know it, I'm not saying it because I see it's frustrating.
What are those little? Yeah, no. What is that? What are those little cast iron stoves where you wood burning stoves?
Mm-hmm.
Little wood burning stove.
Yeah.
So he has like a little wood burning stove, and I sent y'all pictures. I think.
You worked that out on your own. I watched you go through everything. You figured it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Takes
good.
a while sometimes.
And let me ask: are you gonna stop, get a bunch of food, and just cook there? What do we?
Yeah. Here's the plan. The plan is I'm gonna go up and do like a no sugar kind of thing. This is a health retreat for me.
Okay.
Instead of going to fat camp, I'm going to fat camp by myself, kind of.
Okay.
And I plan on they have a. Listen, y'all are gonna make fun of me on this, but I'm gonna fuck.
I love this.
It's very primitive. There's nobody around. And it's gated.
Are you gonna do Pilates?
It's on like 20 acres of woods that this guy owns or whatever.
Sounds like my worst nightmare.
And you might die.
It has a tub on the front porch.
Yeah, outside.
Outside.
Yeah.
To where I can walk out butt ass naked and just like put some Epsom salt in there.
There's people
like
watching.
Bert
Put that shit
Kreischer
in.
takes.
It's
outside.
like secret time, right?
Yeah.
This is like one of those secret time kind of places. Like, and that was I watched part of that. And that's what started my interest in this. But it's really close to Helen, Georgia, which I'm very familiar with and been to a lot.
Sure.
And there's a lot of really good hiking trails to waterfalls and stuff. I'm going to wake up early in the morning. I'm going to do hikes. I'm going to cook healthy for myself.
That's badass.
And just like get off the phone. I'm not
just
going to have any of that
eat
shit.
filet every day.
And I'm going to mess with video editing a little bit. I'm going to read a lot, and I'm just going to really just have some me time for a week.
Wow.
No people that I know around me
That's
at all.
crazy.
It's weird. I don't know how I feel about it fully yet, but I think it's gonna be fun. I'm really excited about it.
I think it's you're going for the right reasons.
Yeah.
How you eat good though, man. I would do steak and shrimp.
It's gonna be like
every
a keto-ish kind of thing.
Every meal, steak and shrimp.
To where it's I'm gonna eat really well.
Either that or just go Tombstone Pizzas the whole time.
It's in your blood. Like it seems like your family's pretty into nature.
Oh yeah.
This fits my my thing.
And then that's what Teresa put me on, is that in January just going to the mountains and doing a reset.
Yeah,
and not like it's scary getting to the cabin.
Yeah,
like it's scary.
They recommended 4-wheel drive.
Yeah, and then you're good.
Yeah,
and I had never done that shit. And then we do it at the beginning of the year. It's a reset.
Andre did it last year with the kids, and it snowed, and she got stuck there for 3 extra days.
Yeah,
something about the mountains.
They couldn't get off the mountain.
That's badass.
Yeah.
The mountains humble you.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
It's like you can see the ocean and everything, but it's like when you see those mountains, it's like wow, there's something bigger than me.
It's so great.
Yeah. It'll be good for you.
Yeah, I'm happy for you, man.
And think about the weather right now.
I know it's perfect.
During the day up there, it's like 75, 80. God, but then at night, it's like 40.
Hey, there's no hurricanes coming, right?
No hurricanes coming.
Because please don't be out there in a hurricane.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's up in a cool spot to where I can go do a lot of things.
Well,
and,
good for you, Scott the Mountain Man.
Mountain Man Scott.
You got the name of the podcast.
Yep. And keeping the beard growing. It'll be about a foot long.
Yeah. Well, that's easy top.
Yep.
Mountain Man, you need to go full, full Mountain Man.
I went online. I went to Amazon, and I got like a new hiking backpack. Like I just went crazy, guys.
Did you?
I got how you got the emergency dig shovels and like the
you
flint things.
Definitely
where you flint
definitely
your Uncle Gary would be making fun of you so much right now.
Hey, I got a question.
Yeah.
Did you get the knife with the compass and you unscrew it and there's matches and all that?
It's not like that, but I got a kit that's similar.
That was one of my
It's kinda
favorite
like
things
that.
when I was a kid.
Yeah, it's similar.
Dude, we would go to the woods and Mims be like, hold on, let me get my knife.
I think it's the shovel, and you undo the shovel, and it turns it, and it opens up, and then there's this little spike thing that you can get to where you can spike something.
No matter
And then
how
you can put
old you get as a man, those
knife
are the
thing.
best things.
Yeah.
Those are the best things.
Oh, yeah, it really is.
Every time I open up Brent's knife like that, I can never get it closed. I always have to leave it laying somewhere, and I'm like, I can't figure out how to close it.
Fix it.
But yeah, so I'm getting all my flannel fucking shirts and
Good
all my
for you,
ridiculous
man.
shit.
Definitely get
together.
emergency first aid supplies.
I got
though.
that. I got a first aid
Make
kit.
that happen.
Yep, got all that.
Because you are, and I'm not you are out of your element.
Yeah, totally. I got a bear repellent.
I'm really kind of nervous for you.
I'm not bears.
You hurt yourself.
You get raped.
What if you have a leg anniversary?
Maybe.
I mean,
what if you trip and fall when you're hiking?
Yes. Well, that's what
Georgia.
That's what I'm thinking.
Where was Deliverance in West Virginia?
I don't know.
Man,
but
yeah, you're right.
You're looking pretty good right now.
So
you should get one of those I've fallen and can't get up necklaces. I don't know if they'd work out there, but
Little buttons.
yeah, because what if you like
Little
fall
saber
down when you're
buttons.
hiking?
Well, they
and-
got those alarms. I just for when she runs in the morning, you just you pull a cord and you get this loud ass alarm goes off.
Really?
Yeah.
I think there is like a rape whistle part of my first aid kit. Just a little red whistle.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that the rape whistle? The little red one?
I mean, maybe it's for bears. Oh my god.
While it's happening.
Oh my god.
Okay. This has gone too far. We should probably wrap this up.
I just giggled and farted
I don't.
thinking about that. just
I
now.
don't want to talk about fantasy football. That's it, Colleen. What do you got this weekend?
Oh my god.
know
Hopefully,
what's
Colleen
going on
scored
with
200 points in fantasy football.
Did she?
Yeah, she.
188.
188.
But yeah,
It's more than you scored all year.
Val
last year.
beat my ass.
yeah.
Like Robb.
Frank's winning right now. Brent's what in second, right? The freaking Lions, man. Ugh. The Giants are actually doing good this year.
Patriots almost beat the Packers in Green Bay with a third-string quarterback.
Wow.
Like, took
Dude,
them
do you think
everything.
that Dallas is gonna like when Dak comes back, like gonna let him play when they're doing so well without him?
Yes.
I need him to, so Dalton Schultz can start getting some catches. Jesus Christ.
Is it gonna be like who was it before Brady that he replaced and then he came back and he
Drew
had his
Bledsoe?
yeah, there
Yeah.
you go. It's gonna be like that.
But that whatever this kid is, I mean, they're winning games.
Yeah.
Was it Cooper Rush or something, right?
Yeah.
So I am probably close to last place like last year. Andre is 0-4. Me and Val are 1-3 with the sucker MCs.
BJ.
We got some tasty Dax at 2-2. The Giants suck 2-2. That would be Charley the
That's me.
Lord.
I'm in seventh.
The Invaders 2-2.
Or a three-way tie for fifth.
The Golden Grolls are 2-2. Maybe, just maybe, is 3-1.
Yeah, he changed his team name.
The Brevard County Sweat Hogs 3-1.
Look at Nick.
Yeah, man,
The-
he beat me.
The Milky Way Mandingos.
Yeah.
Our own
The guy's not
buddy
going to change his
Chris.
lineup.
Chris never plays.
Auto drafted
3-1.
3-1.
I know.
Great.
I love it. Indianola Death Squad
That's Frank, right?
4-0.
Frank always starts strong and then sucks at the end.
Undefeated. Well, he's got Herbert, Devontae
He got
Adams,
rid of
Mike
frickin'
Williams,
Allen.
Cooper, Dalvin Cook, Jonathan Taylor,
He's got a
Go
great
there,
team.
Chris
Yeah, he does have a good team.
Godwin. He's got a nice little squad there.
Isn't Taylor hurt now?
Hey,
Yeah,
Kyle
he's
Pitts,
hurt.
if you decide to show up and actually tell your
drop,
quarterback
right?
throw you some balls,
Drop him.
don't. I already sat him. I got some. balls.
Everybody thought Kyle Pitts was going to be
I know,
this
man.
just god.
I had him last year. He was
God.
good for me.
He's nothing.
All right, Zach
Dalton
Ertz,
Schultz.
step it up for me. Oh my God.
He's
Mark
Maurice-
Andrews
he's-
is killing it.
He's Maurice Claret.
Yeah.
Remember?
Kittle's another one that just
Oh,
isn't
trash.
making it happen.
Trash.
He was so good that
He's
one
such
year.
a good blocking tight end.
And he is.
That's it.
He what was it? He got famous, Kittle, like 2 or 3 years ago. Something happened, and he came out and said something about feel really bad for the fantasy people. I was really trying to get him this something.
Yeah.
And all the fantasy people, like, Kittle's God. Everybody wanted Kittle. He's the number one. He hadn't
No
done
sucks.
shit.
It just blocks.
And he gets injured.
Man, I had Goff on my bench because I have Lamar Jackson who got like 50 points 2 weeks in a row for me.
Yeah.
I can't possibly sit him, and then here's Goff 46. You know, fucking
My
fantasy.
team is just full of garbage. It really is.
Yeah, your team's as bad as mine.
Dude, it's really bad.
Yeah,
It's-
my team's pretty bad too.
It's really bad.
All right, so what do we got going on this weekend?
I think I'm working.
Are you?
I don't know. Kyle's out of town, so probably.
Okay, shout out to Kyle.
So you're going to be working.
Mm-hmm.
Charley, what do you got going on?
Nothing.
Nothing at all?
Hanging out.
Nice.
Next weekend, go to Cleveland.
Okay.
But this weekend, hanging out with the kids. They got the Harvest Festival at this
Okay.
Black Willow Ranch. Is
Okay.
it called?
Yeah.
The winery ranch right here.
Okay. I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
We'll maybe go to that.
Cool. Tomorrow, Allie's got her homecoming parade. So after work tomorrow, after she gets out of school, she's going to Garden Street to the Publix,
Yeah.
and they're decorating their floats, and
Oh,
I guess
cool.
they're taking them down all the way to 7-Eleven on Garden Street tomorrow.
Really?
So I'm gonna go out in front of our office and sit
Badass,
out there and
dude.
watch her.
That's
you
cool.
know. So she's part of the little decorating
Good for her.
crew for homecoming.
That's cool, man. I know we got all the kids here tonight. Ours,
Yeah.
they haven't.
They haven't seen each other in
It's been like January.
Riley.
What?
Yeah, it's been a long
Riley.
time. Yeah.
he's got like little tits, like little
Yeah.
perky, not fat
Yeah.
tits. He's got like I've been like doing MMA tits.
He's
now.
getting tall and lean.
That you
Like he is, dude. He's like a little bad. I bet I go out there and I start talking shit to him, and he would just fucking drop me to the ground and kick my ass.
I heard that
too
laugh.
sensitive.
He's still got that little cute boy laugh where you're like, oh,
He's
he's
too
so
sensitive.
innocent.
He's a good kid.
He looks
Yeah,
great.
he looks great.
He looks great.
Ava's wearing my Black Sabbath shirt.
Allie is wearing.
Allie's wearing your Sean King jersey.
No, that is Alan Matroni's Sean King.
Is it
jersey.
really?
Yes.
That's badass.
Right?
The other day, Allie and her mom went dress shopping
Yeah.
and got Allie a homecoming dress.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and Allie started talking to her mother, or her mother started talking to her about Alan a little bit.
Yeah.
Somehow it came up. I was talking to Allie about him when we went to Bed Bath & Beyond and all
Yeah,
that shit.
yeah.
Something came up where I mentioned him. So she started asking my mom all kinds of questions,
Yeah.
going back and forth. They had Adam Sandler Day
Yeah.
at school. She goes, Adam Sandler's wearing a jersey in a movie, so I'm going to wear a jersey, and I'm part being Adam Sandler Day.
That's great.
You know, it's a football jersey. Doesn't make
That's
any
so
sense.
great.
But they had that, and she wore that to school.
Alan's one of our
cool.
friends who passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rest
When
in
we're-
peace, Alan.
He was a real, like, he hung out with Andre and I weekly.
Yeah, he's a good dude. I
We
met. That's
camping.
how I met you was through
I met
Alan.
you through Alan.
Yeah, man.
I met Alan through the a girl, Amy, and we just met at the apartment complex where all of our friends used
Yeah.
to hang out and party a little bit. And I was like on a rager in the middle of the night at Cocoa Village,
Yeah.
where they're outer limits, where you're partying,
Oh,
doing
yeah.
the rave thing. And at like 4 in the morning, 3, 4 in the morning, Alan, he goes, I get a text message from someone I don't know. Hey, where you at? So I'm like, who is this? He goes, this is Pimp Daddy. He's found this is Pimp Daddy. And I was like, well, told him where we were. Motherfucker showed up. Didn't hardly know him at all other than just meeting him one time.
Yeah.
And from that day on, like, dude, he was one of my ride
You can always
or dies.
count on him, and he was always like, for me, like hanging around me, he was always so level, like and calm.
Low key.
Because like,
He knew how to kind of keep a good time going.
he was just
you
like,
know,
yeah,
and-
he was low key.
yeah.
All right. Well, I gotta get guys.
Yep.
all right, well, we'll see you after you get back, Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
We'll talk
then
Good luck.
I go
Thank
to We'll hook
and,
it up.
Yeah. I look forward to. We're going to be recording a little bit at the brewery.
Yep.
When you're doing your Tuesdays.
Because I have
Run
to
club.
host some run clubs because Megan's gonna be on maternity leave soon.
Cool.
Okay. Cool. Awesome guys.
I love you
Episode
guys.
150,
Love
guys.
you.
And
We will.
That's
see
Happy
you
birthday,
soon.
Travis.
There you
oh
go.
yeah, happy fucking
Happy
birthday, Travis.
Happy birthday, Charley.
Another year, bro.
So many birthdays.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
You made it without dying in the hurricane. Yes, Travis. Good job.
Birthday season ain't over yet.
All right, bye.
Love you guys.
Daisies in a tube top, screaming from the top of her lungs. This all ends tonight. Daddy's on the floor, he's screaming for more. Saying you're gonna be alright. Daisies in a tube top, screaming from the top of her lungs. This all ends tonight. Daddy's on the floor, he's screaming for more. Saying you're gonna be alright.
Dude, that shit's killer. Oh, dude, that was awesome.